Welcome back to another day at Resells. Back again here in my room, doing some work here. We have sold two things. Let me just show them to you. I'll put up little pictures here or something like that. They already paid and dispatched this morning. Unfortunately, I could not put it on video. So one of them was a Black Rapid right hand. It's like a sling camera. I picked that up a while ago, but I had no idea that it was worth a fair bit of chunk of money. And all it is just a camera strap. But apparently the Black Rapid is a copyrighted item that is not copyrighted, it's like a trademarked item, quite sought after by camera people. I listed it for 50, sold an offer for £41.50, so that's not too bad, right? £41 all of a sudden from an item that I had no clue about. And then on top of that, we've also sold an iPad, not an iPad, it's one of them old HP iPads, right? I'll put up something here. I just sold it for spares and repairs. I got it some time ago and it sat with me and I sold it for £10. So it's nothing. If it was working condition, I could have got way more out of that. But today is one of them days where I'm going to try and focus on a few high selling items. Try and list them up to get some cash flow going, because I need some cash again for the car boots. So the account needs to go up a bit. So we have behind us box key ready. So I'll put this table here, and whichever box I'm going to fill up, I'm just going to put that in there and then move it back. And obviously, as you can see, it's got plenty of space inside. Yeah, plenty of space. So when I say high value items, what I mean by that is, so let me just put you guys there, and hopefully let me just put the tracking back on. So yeah, so whenever my bank account goes slightly down on the business account, I try and focus on the stuff that's big, so I can build some cash flow up. And to do that, we're going to target and look around the room. And I think the first one I'm going to start off was this camera here. Let's start with this one. This is a Canon 1000D. I paid £20 for this. The lady wanted 15, but I gave her £5 extra because, to be honest, she gave me box and everything, including a memory card. So yeah, quite a good deal. And then things like the Razer Naga, it goes for about £40, all that stuff. So I'm just going to start with a few and then try and show you guys how I do. So let's get that Lightroom on, and ideally the first thing I always want to do is do a bit of cleaning there, especially with the door open. Well, even with the door closed, technically I used to get a lot of dust in there, so I tend to give it a nice clean so you can't see any dust on the actual inside bit. Sometimes I will also use this little rotating table if I need to make a video. It's quite handy, but I think I forgot to charge it. It's really trying to track me, but didn't get me there fully. So yeah, do you see that? Is that disturbing? So we're going to start with this camera first, and I have already tested it, and yeah, battery is charged up and working. It is a nice camera. No, it's a nice good camera, so we'll normally give it a good clean. There's a bit of wear here though. It's mainly on the ink part. It's like a textured material. If it's not too dirty and it's just dusty, I will not normally spray anything on it because there's no need to. And what I tend to do is just wipe it with a dust cloth. These are really good. You know, they pick up all the dust and stuff. Give the screen a bit of a clean. Screen is in good condition. Has one ever so tiny mark on there, but nothing fancy. So my target is this should get me about 150 or near 100, ideally more than 100. And then we just want to start. Obviously, large items like this might take me a bit longer, because what you want to do is you kind of want to position stuff. So I've got the box a bit dusty. So the first photo that I normally upload, I try and have everything on there as much as I can. All right. So I try and empty the box. Let's get that closed. Now I don't know if you can see the whole of the thing. So I want to try and position things so that the first picture gives you a good view of everything that's included. To do that, we need to do some tweaking here. And then what I tend to do is, once I've taken like a picture like that, and you can see everything that the auction comes with, or auction or buy it nothing, I tend to pack it all in, but at the same time take a picture of each item. So then it's off onto the phone. I normally tend to use this option called 1-to-1. And that gives you kind of like a square picture. So it's like smaller. And I tend to, if I do that, it seems to be a lot easier on eBay to just use that picture, as long as everything I get inside there. And also it seems to be a nice format. Sometimes, right, so we got that picture. I will try and crop in sometimes into the sides here, because that's a bit not right. So let's try that again. Now as you can see, I've taken it a bit further back, and when I actually edit it down, I could just tighten the corners. See that? It's like everything is inside here. I can still move it around a bit, and the corner cuts are done now. So that way, on the first picture that is actually displayed on the eBay listing, the person will get an idea that there's a box, camera, memory card, 16 gigabytes. You know, there's a filter already on there. There's a battery case. The battery is in there. There's cables. And there's other cables and CDs, and everything's included. Next target is remove everything. I tend to put it on top of my box here. So now we'll start off with the camera first. And you don't have to take long, but I think the better the shots are, the better your actual listing would be. When I do cameras, you want to make sure that the lens is clean. Again, seems I have a bit of dust inside there. Just now add a bit of clean. It looks a bit better. Tempted to put the lens cap at the bottom so you can kind of get a picture of the actual lens here. And then with Canon you want to get a bottom shots because that's where the model is, so you know you want to try and focus as much as you can on the details of the camera. And this is the thing with anything that's highly priced, you want to max out the free photos area, use up everything you can, because the more detail you have, the better it will get. And in terms of that little bit there where the actual paint has gone a bit, we also want to take a bit of a shot there so we can describe that. And then obviously the usual thing like the model, which is always at the bottom. And in this case I will take the memory card and SD card out, make sure they're separately photographed. So in this case I've also included the actual box for the memory card, so that way the person who's buying it will know exactly, okay, there is a box even for the SD card. Let's get that back in. Let's get the camera out, and then UV haze. Just like the filter that sits on top. Then take a few of the actual CDs that comes up. One thing I didn't include in this, which is the actual camera charger. I have no idea where I put the camera charger now, so that's something I've got to look for, so I'll be back. I've managed to find the charger. It was just the fact that I was actually using it to charge up. So right now we've got the box. We also got a manual just specific for this camera, which adds a bit of extra value because whoever buys this bundle now will also have a full in-depth book of how to get started with it. And we got the actual manual is inside there, and then we also got the end cap. So let's grab a picture of that. Might be a bit big, so I might just do the box itself, and then take the box out. Do ones with the manual. And then we can do the end caps, charger, and battery. So that's like a whole bundle now in there. And then it's just a matter of putting it all back inside. Probably the most difficult part, right? Because everything goes in a weird way. But I'm just going to get it all inside and come back to you. Also, if you're selling a camera, like I've done a fair few, do ensure that if you're including an SD card, that you actually erase it, because I always tend to take some sample pictures just to make sure it's all working, and it's a good idea to erase the pictures and actually take the take the actual card out, not the card, the actual power battery. Losing my words here, because what's happened is one time I left the battery inside one of the cameras that I was sending, and it was on global shipping, so it obviously went to a different country, and somewhere around the process, maybe it was customs or something, but at some point it must have got on, and the actual zoom button was actually activated, and the whole camera arrived to the person with the zoom fully extended out, and as a result, he actually ended up having a faulty camera, so I had to give a refund. And the other little tip that you want to do when you're selling, especially camera that come with lenses, do put it on AF mode. I always used to send it on M, manual focus mode, but it seems that people just try it on, they don't know anything about it, cameras with lenses, and they'll like try it and then they'll go, oh, it's not focusing. Well, mate, maybe you haven't switched it on to AF mode. So now I tend to send them as AF mode, so that way the person who receives it, puts the lens on, hopefully in the right way, and then doesn't get damaged. Alright, hopefully that was a good show off. I'm not show off, but hopefully that was a good example of how I actually list stuff, right? Because the way I take photographs might be different to another person. I normally tend to take like a picture of the box on my camera roll, so it's there. If I use my other camera, my bigger camera that has create some nice photos for really expensive items, or sometimes I'm just too lazy and I just use it, but even on that one, I'll just take a picture of the actual box that I've got and then start taking all the pictures of the next item, dump it into my box, kind of like just keep filling it till it gets full, and then kind of get back onto the next one, so take another picture of the next box. But yeah, that camera is all photographed now. I've just got to list it up. I've already tested it in the past. It's a great camera, Canon 1000D with the kit lens, brilliant condition, working, and yeah, I'm sure somebody will be well happy to buy it off me. If that's you, let me know. But also want to shout out to Ricky Resells. This chap I've watched forever. I think forever. It's one of the first guys I think I've seen who was into reselling, and he's one of the guys who's actually got me into reselling, although he doesn't know it. I have much respect for Ricky Resells, although I never do comment on his videos, but I'm a secret admirer, so to speak. But Ricky Resells, I really appreciate you actually coming onto my channel and actually leaving me a comment. And also Welsh Poker Picker, another guy that I really admire. Alright, I'm going to whiz around my room, try and find some more high price items to resell, to list up, because as I said, need a bit of money for the next car boot into my account, because it's slightly drying out, and it's one of these things. I got to focus on that rather than smaller bits. So this is what I tend to do. If the cash flow is quite good, I tend to concentrate on smaller items that might not actually losing my voice here. Smaller items that might not be giving me much profit, just to get rid of them, and I might even sell them cheap. And if times like this where it's slightly going down, because obviously for the last 2 or 3 weeks I've not been much active, and I've come back now, and this is when I try and focus on high priced items, higher profits, where we can get a good cash flow going. Right, too much waffling from me, but thank you all for the people that have actually joined me. I think we got about 8 new subscribers from my last video, the carbo video. That's got us about 8 new subscribers. Brilliant. I did lose 6, I have no idea why, but we went like from 1176 to like 1,170, and then I'll upload the carbide video and again 8 again. So I don't know if it's the people that I've actually unsubscribe and then subscribe back. Could be. I'm not worried. I make videos, right? Those who like it can follow me. Those who don't like it, it's your choice. But here's me signing off so I can concentrate on this, and I'll see you on the next video. See ya.